Boy to boy, 2023 is probably the worst time to buy your first property. What's good YouTube? It's your boy Nels and welcome back to Adulting 101. For those of you who are new to the channel, I'm Nelson. I talk about the process of going from a young adult to an adult that's dealing with debt, paying bills, buying a house, stuff on YouTube, you get me? I run a couple businesses, founder of businesses. I have 6 years of experience working in government communication and marketing, communications and marketing specialist, and I'm a content creator here on YouTube, on TikTok and on Instagram. Man's a content creator and loads more. As this channel develops, I hope that we can grow as a community, we can make some money, share some advice and share some tips on how we're navigating adulthood. Get me? In this video, I'm gonna give you the reasons why I think, and this is not financial advice, buying a property in 2023 is a bad idea. I'm also going to give you, at the end of the video, if you stick around till then, what I would do in this situation if I didn't have a house and I was looking to one day purchase my first property. This video is primarily for people who are based in the UK. I don't know if I have any American followers, but I know my people rock with me in London and around the UK, so it's primarily for you guys. The number one reason it's a bad idea to be buying a property in 2023 is affordability. Affordability, when used in this context, is a loaded term, so I'm going to break it down into a few levels. The majority of people who buy homes in the UK do so using a mortgage. If you don't know what a mortgage is, it's essentially a big loan to buy a house. Banks or lenders will give you a mortgage based on how much money you earn. Traditionally, this is around 4 to 5 times your salary. In a perfect world, a house would be 100k and you would earn 20k. So 5 times your salary and you buy a house. You put down a deposit and whatever's left is what you need to get a loan for or a mortgage. Unfortunately, right now across the UK, and this is especially bad in cities like London, the average house price is about 10 times the average salary. As of November 2022, the average house price was around £260,000. If you wanted to get a mortgage, you're gonna go there with your 27k salary, ask them for a mortgage and they'll be able to give you 5 times 27k, which if I do the quick maths, maybe they'll give you 135k. With the average house price being 260k, that leads me to affordability part 2, deposits. Using our example of someone who earns the average salary £27,000 and wants to buy the average house at £260,000, we've just realized that they'll be able to get a mortgage for around £135,000. That leaves you with a deficit, so the gap between how much the house is and how much your mortgage is, of around £120,000, £130,000. How are you going to save that? So you're going to need a deposit of £130,000, which is like 5 times your salary for the year. Bearing in mind your salary is gross, as in you pay taxes and you don't actually get the £27,000 in your account. It's not adding up. So in terms of affordability, the mortgage lenders won't be able to give you a mortgage that matches how much the house is. It will be almost impossible for you to save 5 times your yearly salary if you're earning just the average. How are you going to save that money in a cost of living crisis? I don't know. So you need a 100k deposit and there's loads of hidden costs when buying your first home. I actually made a video on this which you can check out, hopefully in a link here. If you're finding this video informational, educational or at all useful, I'd appreciate if you'd like, subscribe, and I'll leave a link in the description to my mailing list where I share on a monthly basis information that I feel will help adults or young adults becoming adults or old adults trying to just navigate through adulthood. Said adult so many times, but yeah, back to the video. As part of the affordability test that banks do on prospective buyers, they check how much can you actually afford to repay monthly. That's where the interest rate kicks in. If you were to borrow £100,000 on a 2% interest rate, your monthly repayments will be this. And if I just increase that interest rate to 4% or 5% or 6%, look how much your monthly payments go up by. Now, if you're earning, as I mentioned before, around £27,000, which is the average salary across the UK, your after-tax salary is this much. So tell me, if that's the case, how are you going to afford your mortgage payments, eat food, pay bills, watch Netflix, subscribe to the YouTube channel? How are you going to do all that? As many of my long-term subscribers will know, I bought my first property in 2019 using the Help to Buy equity loan scheme. That was a scheme which allowed you to put down a 5% deposit. The government gives you up to 40% in London, 20% outside of London, and then you get a mortgage on the rest of it, which kind of solves that affordability problem of how much your salary is versus how much the property is. As of October 2022, that's no more a thing. There are still Help to Buy schemes, but not the equity loan. I've done a video on, if I haven't, I'll just cut this part out. I've done a video on the shared ownership versus the Help to Buy equity loan scheme. You can watch that here. With crazy expectations on affordability, deposit, no help to buy scheme, rising interest rates, cost of living crisis, 2023 is probably the worst time to buy your first property. Now, the bad news. Sorry, the good news. Over the past 20 years, there have been at least 5 different iterations of help to buy schemes for first-time buyers. So, although it seems like doom and gloom right now, there's a high likelihood that in the future there will be some sort of iteration of the help to buy scheme that will encourage, incentivize, and help first-time buyers get their first property. So that's good news. What you need to do though is be ready for when those things happen, because as we know, they don't last forever. As of today, sometime in the beginning of 2023, there is still the lifetime ISA. When I was buying my property in 2019, there was the help to buy ISA, which limited to £200 per month, but the government gave you 25% bonus on your cash. Now, the lifetime ISA is still there, but you can only withdraw the money when it's time to buy a house or when you retire. The government still gives you 25% on your money up to a maximum of £1,000 per year. If you can save £4,000 in a year, which is around £334 per month, the government will give you £1,000 credited into your account. You can further compound your returns by opening a stocks and shares lifetime ISA. This is where your pot of cash is used to invest across a number of asset classes. ISA is individual savings account. You can open a stocks and shares one and have your money work for you. Now, investing seems quite like a scary thing, but what I do and what I still have today is a robo-investor called Nutmeg. I'll leave a link in the description to Nutmeg. You can read about it. What you do is you fill in a quick survey. Based on your answers, it gives you a risk assessment and says you are 5 out of 10 risk averse, and based on that, they're going to invest in assets that fit your risk appetite. Link in the description for a Nutmeg lifetime ISA. I get a kickback from it, and you also get 6 months of no fees. They say cash is king, and the key to being able to buy your first property is to wait out this storm. Don't do anything rash. Save, open a lifetime ISA, and build your pot of money so when the next help to buy scheme does come, you're ready to take advantage of it. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time. Bye.